5's Chad Petrie has the story.
When you get a fast food meal, no one expects to be called a little ugly dude.
We get the receipt and
MICAH Beats.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy, the podcast. You already know what it is. Having a little technical difficulties already early, but we are here and we got a nice show lined up for you. And as always, by my side, I got my co-host with the mostest in the building, Miss BBC. What up, sis?
Greetings, coaches. Hey, bro, how you doing today?
Being blessed, loving life, same old, trying to get off my computer because it's acting up. So, go figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Such is life.
Yeah. So I am excited. Before we bring on our guests real quick, I gotta share this real fast before we even bring on our guests.
Real quick.
I was gonna do it as the intro, but my computer was acting up, so I didn't want to do it as the intro and then have to come back. Hold on, let me fix my volume real quick, y'all.
Okay. Real quick. So we're not set up with straight through Facebook anymore, right?
No, we on YouTube.
Okay. No, because I was trying to share it and I was like, wait, I know that.
Nope, you gotta go to the YouTube page. Share from the YouTube page.
I tried, but it's not letting me from this thing. For some reason, it didn't let me do it after I thought about it. But I'm like, wait, am I doing something wrong? But it wouldn't let me do it.
Probably so, because it's you. I mean, all you gotta do is go to the YouTube page and hit share, and it'll go straight to wherever you want to put it.
Right, I know, but my phone is doing some weird stuff. It's a long story. Okay. We'll talk about it later.
All right. Let me.
I think technology is just in the uproar. Okay, what's your news?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get my volume right real quick. Hold up.
Okay.
All right. So, real quick, here we go.
I'm listening.
One more time. Oh!
Yes. She did it yesterday. So I'm so proud of that little girl. She'll be doing her damn thing. And I figured she would get it before she turned 6, and she even beat that. So we've been working on her back handspring. I've been, kind of like sitting on the trampoline and have my legs right there and just, she'll do it over my legs or whatever. And I asked her yesterday, did she want to try it herself? And she said yes. And she did it. And we were so excited. Then I turned the camera on, and that's what we got when we turned the camera on. So it was dope, man. So I was excited about it.
Okay, I'm so proud of her.
Excited. Because she's doing her damn thing. So all right, here we go. We got a good guest coming in the building. Go on, introduce our guest.
Yo, you guys, this is my bro. Like, with everything that's going on with me and my music career and my uprising, like, trust me, I trust no one but him to have my back. Ladies and gentlemen, please introducing the serial entrepreneur, Brian Watson. I'm sorry.
Yo, 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 yo.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
Yo, hi, bro. How are you?
Choo choo.
Yes. Okay, we got you. Are you paused? I mean, you're thinking up.
Thank you,
Yeah, you're
Sean.
frozen.
Thank you, BBC. Appreciate being here.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for coming on, man. I know we got a little lag on your end. We was able to hear you, but the picture was froze. But we'll get that straight. Well, I mean, hopefully it'll get itself straight because there's nothing I can do about that. But welcome to the couch, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt. So I hear you're an artist, a play bass. Is that correct?
He play all instruments, actually.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I
All the
play several instruments. I'm a producer, so I started off as a trumpet player in Southern
You're
California, working for predominantly like bands and a horn section, a 3-piece horn section called Jaw Horns, and wound up playing on.
Hey, bro, you real choppy. Like you're chopping in and out.
Wide variety of albums, live performances, everything from country. Say again?
You're chopping in and out.
So I hear him fine.
Well,
it's just a little lag.
Hip hop.
Oh, okay. It's choppy over here. I can't hear nothing. See, are you still hearing them?
No,
Okay.
I'm not anymore. But yeah, I think it's his internet connection right now.
Yeah.
He might be too far away from his internet. Because now we just got him froze. So
Absolutely.
well, happy belated Mother's Day to you, sis.
Thank you. I actually worked the whole day. Which my daughter was just like, come on, I want to I'm gonna take you to eat. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to. Like, I'm in hustle mode right now. Like, I was too tired to even eat. I just couldn't wait to like, just get, but I was so grateful. I'm in good energy. So just my mind and remember how I was telling you, I was bored, I was feeling very detached. And then all of a sudden it was just like this massive flow of, energy and everything like that. And I'm so grateful for it. So I'm so grateful to be as tired as I am because it was from like music, business, and just grinding.
Here you go. You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure where you left,
You left
off.
off on Jaw Horns.
Jaw Horns. So that was the 3-piece reggae horn section. Well, not really reggae. We were a 3-piece horn section. I played trumpet. We had a trombone player, Eddie Farmer, and a saxophonist, woodwind specialist named Beacon. And we played for Western, country, soul, R&B, hip hop, reggae artists. That's where I made my footmark in reggae music, being able to play with artists such as Wailing Souls. I toured for 3 years throughout the U.S. with Pato Banton, toured all 50 states. Was able to play with Big Mountain, the band that did "Ooh Baby I Love Your Ways." Got to play with them in Brazil. I got to play in Brazil with Carlton Coffey, the original singer from Inner Circle, the founding father of bringing reggae music to the airwaves, Ross Michael and the Sons of Negus. was also an honorary member of Soul Syndicate with Tony Chin, Santa Davis, and Fully Fullwood, who wound up being the backing band and the backbone for Peter Tosh's band. So I was blessed to have a lot of experiences playing all kinds of music
Nice.
before coming here to Cleveland, and then got a chance to work with a lot of really good artists and a lot of talented artists here since I've been here in the Cleveland area.
Okay. All right. So what started you on your music journey? What was that kickoff, that catalyst to start you on that music journey?
Honestly, it was I was in 6th grade playing in the elementary school band when I started. So it was just finding a love for music and kind of coming to, I always knew that I loved music and had a kinship with music, but never knew of how I could participate or be active in it. And then when I got introduced to playing trumpet, it started to open up the gateways for all that.
Nice.
So started off in 6th grade, just like a lot of our elementary school kids, and wound up just playing and expanding my musical interest throughout high school. I didn't finish college because actually I tried to go to college as a music performance major, and oddly enough, wound up having so many gigs that I couldn't attend class, which didn't anything.
Which is not a bad thing, though. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad thing, but it was one of those, like, I was gigging already. So I was getting opportunities and gigging, and I made a young man's decision, and I decided to just keep going with it. And you know, for me, it wound up paying off. It doesn't for everyone, but I was very pleased with the outcome. There was a lot of trials and tribulations. I learned a lot of lessons, as we all do with being a musician, but at least I got to learn them early on. And by the time I was 30, I had seen all 50 states.
Okay. Blessings.
And didn't have to pay for traveling. It was one of those like, oh, I got hired to play in a band, or I got hired to back up an artist, and was able to check off different states, where that wound up becoming a goal, is, you know, seeing which states I could check off and which ones I could repeat going to.
Nice.
Right. That is amazing. So, okay, after just, you know, getting all 50 states started, and like you're gigging as a musician, which is horn player, I believe they call you trumpet man. Am I correct?
Trumpet Brian. There was, at the time there were several other Brians involved in the music camp that I was playing in. Like I mentioned, the saxophonist, the woodwind specialist Beacon, his first name was Brian. And then at one point, one of the drummers that we had for our bands was named Brian. So there was Sonic Dread, which was the drummer Brian. Then there was Beacon, the woodwind specialist, and I was Trumpet Brian. So there was also a percussionist, a Nyabingi man, Brian Simeon, from the tribe of Simeon. That was when I was working a lot with the 12 tribes. And so there were just a lot of Brians, and everyone kind of had a different name to go along with their Brian.
That sounds like a lot of Rasta energy.
And eventually it just got shortened to Trumpet. Like I have several friends that just call me Trumpet, which is odd in where I'm at today, because I rarely ever get to play my trumpet.
Right. That is so funny.
Most of my time as a producer playing guitar or playing keyboards or playing drums or playing bass or editing or working on mixing. Like I don't get to spend as much time in that original foundation that got me into all of this.
Right. You know what? And it's a blessing though, too, because that's growth. You know, when you get to, you know, be I mean, you start at one thing and then you grow into anything. So no matter what, you can touch back anything. If somebody called you for trumpet, you know, because I mean, since we've been jigging and music together, I have seen people see you in an audience and like, hey, you know, big bands, big artists, and be like, you got your trumpet? Can you come up on stage? Or, you know, you want to come jam with us or whatever like that. Even Carlos Jones. So that's super amazing to be able to still touch into everything and be able to have the skills to, you know, use any instrument on stage when any artist or any band see you.
Right.
Also, you are an artist and you are getting ready to release some new music, right?
Yeah. Along with being a producer for other artists, I've also, you know, started writing my own music. Started branching out and trying to take some of the advice that I wind up having to give as a producer. So that led me to release my first single last year called Right Now, which was released with the help of the Marley family and Tough Gong Distribution. And I'm preparing my second release coming up this summer, which is, it's a different style. It's not a reggae song. It's more of it represents more of my teenage years, where it has more of a hip hop influence. And it's called Back in the Day. And it really plays out a lot of my life story and my influences. And like, it's a big shout out to my family for being influential in my life and creating me to be shaping me and molding me to be the man that I am now.
Okay. Now, is it lyrics or is it all just musical?
So this one has lyrics. A lot of the music that I started writing was all instrumental.
Okay.
And recently I've again, like I said, I took the advice that I was giving to other artists and decided to step out of my comfort zone and decided to get in front of the mic.
It's not as easy as people might think it is.
No, it is especially when you're on the other side and I'm an instrumentalist and I'm like, look, this is what you want to do, just do it. Just do it.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, someone needs to sing my song and I guess I need to just do it.
Right.
So, you know, it definitely comes on the flip side where you can only talk the talk so long before you have to walk it.
Right. No, absolutely.
I want to tap into this real quick, and I don't mean to open any wounds, but you both have something in common. And yesterday was a very hard day for both of you. And you mentioned your song Back in the Day. So traveling up to that, I wanted to make sure that I give you guys both love. You know, as a mother, I feel like it doesn't matter. When you're a mother of all. And how does your song tap into that part of your life with your mom?
It definitely does. I lost my mother in November, and this last weekend was my first Mother's Day without my mom. And like I told you earlier, I was raised in Southern California, which is where the rest of my family is, which is where my mother and my father have been. And I was able to be out there with my mother when she passed, but even so, it's been a struggle just, you know, maintaining and dealing without her. That's my number one woman. Like, no matter what, she loved me and supported me when nobody else would. So it was difficult going through a day to recognize mothers and not want to be selfish and internalize everything.
Absolutely.
There's
I can't
there's a
imagine.
lot
I
of
mean,
women that deserve recognition for the work that they're doing,
mhm.
and I didn't want to get so caught up in my own feelings that I missed that.
Right. I think my
It was
first Mother's Day, I stayed off of Facebook. Yeah, I
yeah.
stayed off of Facebook
I
because
almost
it was
did.
too much.
I was almost completely silent, but I also have a hard time just being regular on Facebook. So I figured out of any day that this would be a day that I should make my presence known. I should say something, um, because my mother was a very important person to me, and I don't want to take that lightly. I don't want to forget that myself.
Mhm.
It's not really for everyone else. It's really for myself, and making sure that I remember to have an outward display of the impact that she had on me.
Indeed. Indeed. And I love that you tapped into your song back in the day. I love that, those things express that to have that um and to be able to put that feeling and that emotion and those thoughts and all those things into your music, it's powerful because you always tell me that, like, when I'm coming in and I'm frustrated or whatever like that, you be like, put it in the music, put it in the music. And
Right.
sometimes,
Put it in your
you
phone.
know, I forget. And working with you has been really amazing. Like, I don't care. I'll tell anybody whatever Brian says is what he says. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like you can add to that, because everybody can always add. Like, if you feel like something needs to be done or something needs to be changed, talk to him. Don't talk to me. Especially as musicians, like, you guys speak music, but not only do you do music, you're also an educator.
Yes.
Yeah. Now tell them exactly what you do, because I don't want to get it wrong.
So technically, I'm a registered behavior technician, which means that I deal with working with youth and adults in social skills, their learning processes, vocational skills. So a lot of it is helping and guiding people through whatever situation they're in, and kind of providing them the tools that are required to be successful.
So like
If they miss
behavior
a mark,
issues and stuff like that.
right? If it's they're missing a mark, or they're reacting harshly, part of my job is kind of coming in and going, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you that your feelings aren't justified, but let's find a socially acceptable way to come to express your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell a lot of my kids, because I currently work in a high school class, and I always avoid telling children or young adults that they're wrong or that they're inappropriate for being mad. Everyone's allowed to be mad. It's how you express it. It's how you're displaying that towards other people. You can be
Right.
mad, but that doesn't give you the right to break things. You can be mad, but that doesn't give you the right to disrespect someone. So it's justifying someone's feelings and emotions, but also teaching them, like, you can't spray that wherever you want. Like, it's not a water hose. You, like, just because you're angry doesn't mean you can spray that around. Just because you're hurt doesn't mean you can spray it around. It's okay to feel that way, but let's figure out a way to talk about it or cope with it. Like, a lot of things I also deal with is coping strategies. When you're angry, being able to find a coping strategy that allows you to take a break from the group, so that way you can process rather than lashing out.
Absolutely. And it's
Nice.
really good. And you know what? It's so crazy because I was just telling someone, like, he have to use his skills on me sometimes, because I, Sean, what was all that? What was
What?
your
Laughing?
throat? Yeah,
No, I
don't
was
do it.
laughing because I
Don't do
believe
it.
it.
Don't
I
do that.
believe. I
Okay, but
believe.
anyway, he have to use it on me sometimes
I'm
because,
sure
like,
a lot. What do you mean sometimes?
could I tell my story? Can I tell my
Yeah,
story,
go ahead.
please?
All right, I'm mute.
Thank you. Yeah, see, he always come for me too. So it's hard when you have like bros or whatever, which is good for me. I need masculine energy in my life, and sometimes my emotions are on 35 or whatever like that. Sometimes I get so emotional. With being an artist, being a creator, you already know it's very emotional because when you are these things, this is not something that it's like you are music, you are creations, you are, this person. And when things are just plus you have life, just lifing, it feels so good to honestly have someone tap in and that can, I'm like, okay, now I need somebody to trick my mind to get me to see what I know or be who I know I am, or calm those emotions down. And I need that sometimes, and sometimes it make me mad. Sometimes it's just like, stop using up skills. Let me be this. Let me be in these emotions. And I know that has to be a lot because you're working with different artists. You're working with different nationalities. When you're in the studio, you're working with different emotions. Plus, you are a musician. You are an artist. And you got your own emotions. Plus, your own family and everything. So it has to be crazy all the time.
Yeah, there definitely comes a time where, because not only do I have all the recording equipment, not only am I an artist, but I also, like you said, I help out a lot of the artists in the area. So I allow people that are close to me to book studio time in order to finish their projects. And of course, every once in a while, it's like, look, I've got 4 days a week booked for other people. Can you guys just let me work on my music? Because by the time I do 4 days a week for someone else, the rest of my life can't afford for me to be gone.
Absolutely.
Like, my girl's not, like, she loves me and she's supportive, but she's not about to let me spend 7 days a week in the studio. So if I got 4 days a week for someone else and need to get 2 to 3 days for me, like, something's got to give.
Indeed,
But
indeed.
that's just life. That's
Well,
the
that's
ebb
how
and
people.
flow.
I'm
that
always
we all
like,
deal with.
hey, if you marry a musician or if you with a musician, guess what? He's gonna be in the studio all the time. But a lot of women do not play that. A lot of women don't play that at all.
Well, but they also don't see it. It's not real.
I didn't even touch the thing.
None of
Yeah,
it is real until they actually have to go through it.
and indeed,
Exactly.
indeed.
Mhm.
Right.
You have any
So
more questions, John?
I don't blame anyone.
I do, but I'm allowed to, so I say what I say. But no,
Why
people
do you
don't
think
have to
you
agree. I'll be like, when you marry a musician, like you should be in the studio. You want to be in the studio, you in the studio. But I go through the same thing. Even dating as a musician and an artist, men that are not in the music industry, they do not overstand. Like when I'm, trying to do my thing, like I get a lot of attitude. I get a lot of like, oh, okay, you ain't that busy, or okay, you got a show coming up, but it's on Saturday and it's Thursday, so. But I'm always like, look, this is what I gotta do, so. But women are harder to convince than men. Men are just be like, all right, well, whatever. Women are like, no, like I will need you home, like we got date night, we got this, I want to cuddle. It's so emotional. But I know, it's a lot. And I see you work with so many people. I see you do so many things, and you have time for your family. And you also fostered a son, who you now still have a strong connection with, now that he's back with his family. How is that going? Can I hear you?
I think you walked too far away from the house.
All right.
Was stressful.
There you go.
It was a rash decision, but everything is in its time. So that was an example of when we asked for something and
I think you're too far away from your house.
And you got it.
You're probably too far away from your internet, bro.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that it was a blessed situation. You ask for something and then it gets placed in your lap and you're like, wait a second, I didn't have all my ducks in a row. I wasn't ready. I needed more time.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, at my job, we joke around a lot about taking kids home. Because there's a lot of kids that need help. And my job is filled with people that are trying to help. And so it's like, oh, I'd take this kid home for the weekend, or, you know, I'd babysit this kid. So it was a joke on Wednesday. It was a real question on Thursday. And this kid showed up to my house with a county worker on Friday. And it was like, he has to stay with you for 30 days. And I was like, really?
That emergency, that temporary emergency custody.
On it, and it was a lot of back and forth. And I was like, wait a second, why? And they're like, well, he's got a situation going, and we're going to look at moving him to a group home in Toledo. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, that's not the school that I work at, because he got brought to me from the school that I work at. And we're an alternative placement school, which basically means if your home school admits that they have exhausted all of their resources, you get sent to me. So a school district has to admit, we don't know what to do with this kid. Then you get sent to me. And so if the county is asking someone from the school if they're willing to do this is basically a last resort. Like, if nobody takes this kid, if we can't figure out what to do with this kid in the next 30 days, he's going to get shipped off to Toledo. Well, I didn't know him before this got presented to me, but I knew that he was making progress from talking to other teachers. So I knew that, yes, it may be the beginning of the school year, but he's already making progress, and this isn't good. Him moving isn't going to help his situation.
Nope.
So, it was the fear of having another young black man growing up caught up in the system, going from foster home to foster home, probably eventually ending up in DH or a juvenile center. So it was something I could do to jump in and protect someone.
Yes. And he's such a sweet guy.
To this 8-year-old's life and took him and showed him, basically became his mentor, his role model, and started to show him that there are different ways of living. There are different ways to go about life from the influences that he had, because I wasn't raised, even though I live here in Cleveland, both my parents were raised in Cleveland. Actually, my dad was raised next door to the house that I used for the studio. So
Mhm.
both my parents are Cleveland natives.
Right.
They just moved out of Cleveland to raise me and my brothers. But I wound up coming back. And so I have a lot of
Excuse me.
drive in order to be able to help the area. And that was one way that I could see being of help, is I took in
Blessing.
a 8-year-old boy and wound up becoming an extended member of his family. Like I don't see him and I parting ways for a long time. His
Blessing.
grandmother, his aunts, and his uncle, they all look at me like I'm family now because I understand what they were going through. And I did something that some of them wouldn't have even done at that point in
Right.
time.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
his uncle was like, I don't have a way to take care of him. I was like, I'm renting a room from someone else. And I was like, well, look, I got a house, I got a room. As long as he'll stay in the house, he can stay here.
Right.
You know, like I don't want to keep chasing kids out of the house. Like if you will stay in the house, I will help you.
That's
Indeed.
what's up.
So
That take a lot, man. That take a lot because just, you know, you got a family of your own and you bringing in a kid just to make sure they good. I mean, that says a lot about you, your character, period. So kudos to that, man. I like that. Definitely. Yep.
yeah, he's
So
my
because
little
you had
dude.
the
Like, we
you had the
hang out all
30-day
the time.
emergency custody,
I'm
right?
trying to groom him into being his own artist. Actually, while he was staying with me, we did like a cover song. We did a couple cover songs where I would bring him into the studio, and we recorded a song that he liked, where all I did was I used the actual beat and I dimmed the lyrics, so you hear him on the lyrics, and then shot a new music video with him in it, and then
Nice.
put it up on YouTube. So now he wants to be an artist. He's a
Mhm.
9-year-old guy, and he's working on his second cover song, and it's a great outlet for him.
Nice.
You know, he knows from staying with me, he knows that I run a studio. He knows that there's people that pay for studio time. So part of my deal with him is if he has good behavior, I'll give him free studio time. And it means something
I like
to him.
that. I like that.
I charge people for studio time. So I'm like, look, man, I'll do a song for you for free. All you got to do is do good in school. Like, be good. Do exactly what you're supposed to. Follow directions. Like, just be a compliant kid.
Yeah.
And I will give you studio time. And then from there, there's little things like I have an allowance set up for him where if he's good in the morning and good at school and he goes to bed and takes his medicine without giving anyone any problems, I give him $1 for each part of the day. So it's not like some of us were raised where it's like, oh, it's Friday, I get an allowance, just give me money. You don't get money for being alive. That's one of the things that my parents instilled in me. Like, if you want to earn money, you got to be a contributing member of the household.
Oh yeah, we had to do chores. We ain't just get money.
Yeah, nobody just gets money, so because he comes at me, he'll call me on Friday. He knows when I get paid. He'll call me on Friday payday and be like, I won a $25 Fortnite card. And I'm like, well, what did you do?
Right. No.
I had to do something to get this money. So what did you do?
Yeah. You were a great influence on him. He changed a lot, just, finding himself and somebody taking time with him, and also your girl takes time with him, although she has children, which is really a blessing because most kids, especially if they're not in the house with their parents, the only thing they really want is a family, and sometimes that behavior or whatever like that affects, that not having that affects the behavior, not along other things, mental medications that were given to them when they were babies, if the parents were on drugs or not, anything like that. So using your musical experience to influence him, I saw it from my own eyes. I saw the change, and he was so happy when you did the video. And I think you offer that to a lot of people that you work with. I've seen you work with like Potato Chip Man, your relationship, and like you've helped a lot of people. And I don't know if can be mentioned, but you also help people overseas as well. You adopted a family.
Yeah, I foster a family from Uganda, actually, and started a nonprofit organization in order to help families in Uganda. It's called the Agape Love Organization. And right now, we're currently fostering 2 families with the looks of the word is spreading, and I'm getting contacts or inquiries from the entire village, basically, asking for help for basic necessities, basic needs, anything from clothes to food to help with education. So I have a family of 4 that I help support, sending money to for food. We've bought land and we've grown a banana plantation. We've sent these kids to school because overseas, a lot of their schools are what we would look at as almost like a private school because they have to pay for their education.
Absolutely.
So I've come in contact with elementary school kids that can't go to school unless their tuition is paid.
Yeah.
So,
and that's how it's for me with Jamaica.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of young adults in order to help and create a positive influence for their younger generation.
That's a blessing. And let us know the name of the organization. So if anybody that knows available funding or wants to donate to your organization, again, give us the name again.
It's the Agape Love Organization. You can find it on Facebook. And I will also send in a link so that way it can be posted. And anyone that wants to get in contact and help support, you're able to do that. There's no long-term commitment. There's, it could be a one-time donation.
Okay.
Just to help someone buy food for the week.
Yes.
Because what I've realized is an American dollar goes a long way overseas. That was one thing that I learned touring when I got to tour overseas. It's that even though things are rough and tough for us here, we've still got it a lot better than a lot of people in the rest of the world.
Right. No, absolutely. So what's next? I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on. What's next? Are you going to drop an album? Are you about to go back on tour? Like what's next for you?
So what's next is I'm about to release my next single. I have a couple artists that I've been working with that are actually about to release or currently releasing their music. So it's just a ever-going process. There's a production team named Vimo Music Lab. We're getting ready. We just finished the production on their album, so they're in the final stages. They're getting a lot of their release strategy and their marketing done. That should be out this summer. We've got another beautiful young voice that we've produced, a 19-year-old young lady from here in Cleveland named Layla. We're working on her EP. She's going to release a single over the summer, and with the rest of the EP at the end of summer. So there's a lot going on.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, give everybody your social medias, man, so they can reach out to you.
Social media, so you can find me as Brian Watson or BW Music on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And the studio name is Dubstar Studio. That's DUBBSTARR Studio. Dubstar with 2 B's and 2 R's. And
Okay.
we don't just do local music here. If somebody needs something mixed or we're starting to do mastering, you can send that to us as well. We also do online production. So really just shoot us an email and we can figure out a way to assist you doing anything from ground up production through making a website, music videos, photo shoots, all that.
Nice. I like it. I like it. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, sharing your story, man. You got a lot of interesting stuff going on, man. I'm definitely rooting for you, man. I definitely want to hear that music that you got as well, man. So definitely rooting for you, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Absolutely.
You,
I'm so proud of you. So proud to know you. Absolutely.
All right, let's get into those topics. Let's do our favorite topic while we on it. Let's do flowers while they still here. We like to give people flowers while they still here instead of being so conditioned like most of us are to give people flowers while they dead and gone. We like to give people their flowers so they can smell those roses. So, Kiss, you want to start?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I am gonna give my flowers to my kids. Little mama, me and her went to dinner on Tuesday to celebrate, my mom's birthday. We went to Longhorn and we just chopped it up after tumbling and ate good and stuff like that. And then Saturday hung out with my son, got to go to lunch with him. So, he's still trying to, get his stuff together. But I definitely want to give my flowers to my kids, man, because they still doing their thing. They both, like, little mama's the athlete. My son, he the musician. So, he had a show Saturday, even though he forgot to hit me up to tell me when they was going up, because I told him I was going to slide through on him. But he's still trying to, figure it out, try to figure out the grown man stuff and keep doing his thing. So definitely want to give them their flowers, man. So flowers to my 2 kids.
Flowers well deserved. And we're still trying to figure it out. So I get it, regardless of whatever. I want to give my flowers to Brian. I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate, all that you do. Even when we bump heads, our emotion, the energy, like for real, I don't do anything without you. I let anybody new in my life, even if I'm dating, whatever like that, I let them know, like, nothing comes before that. But what you do for, music and everything like that, and you never come off like I'm the greatest, I'm this or whatever like that. Even if you know you can't do it, you'll be like, okay, well, no, this is not it. But you keep me in key, you keep me uplifted. And I'm always about every little girl needs a big brother. You are for real one of my big brothers, and you are, like everything to me. So my flowers go to you for all, not that you do for just me, but for what you do for people and your family.
Nice. Flowers well deserved.
Yes. Who you want to give flowers to, B?
I want to give flowers to my girl, Jen.
Yes.
Like,
Jen.
She's been a rock, a comfort, and a support to me for many, many years. We were very close friends before we started dating. We've been together almost a year now, and it's been great. To be honest, there's nothing like being with one of your closest friends. There's a comfort, there's a stability in it that's really like nothing else. So especially after Mother's Day, I definitely want to give my flowers to Jen.
Nice.
Absolutely. Blessings. That's what's up.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and take our one and only sponsor break and get it out the way because we got some topics coming up that I really want to hit. So let's get our sponsor break out the way. Don't go nowhere. We got more Brian Watson, more Just Therapy. You already know who I am. I'm your host, and we taking you to break, baby.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention a podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off.
Yo, what's going on? You know, it's another beautiful Monday evening on the couch, and I got the best pizza place for you. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations. First location is in Cuyahoga Falls. Second location is in downtown Akron, across the street from Rubber Duck Stadium. And their third location is in Stowe, Ohio. Make sure you check them out. One thing I love about the downtown location has to be the beer wall. Yes, they got 36 glorious taps of wine, ales, IPAs. I like to call it the Dave and Buster's of beer because you go in there, you put money on the card, you take the card up to the tap, and you pour as much beer or wine as your heart desires. Another thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria is that they cater to your taste buds. Everybody got them. But what I mean by that is anything you order, specialty, non-specialty, it's going to be done the exact way you desire. And it is delicious food. Make sure you ask for the owner, Brad Cover, and mention Just Therapy, the podcast, and receive that 10% discount. Yes, I said it, 10% off of delicious food that you already go order because it's delicious. So make sure you check them out. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. If it's pizza, it is possible. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. And we are back. Yes, indeed. Shameless plug. I got a show coming up on the 31st of this month. Next episode, I'll put up the flyer. It's in Youngstown, Ohio. So any Youngstown people I know, come on, check me out. It's been a minute since I've been back to Youngstown, so come check us out. It's going to be a fun show. Some heavy hitters on this show, and I am one of them. So make sure you come check us out. I'm going to be slanging them jokes. So you already know what it is.
All right.
Real quick, we're about to get into our first topic. Are we doing women live? Is that the first topic?
Yeah. What did you have one, or we just doing both of the ones I told you?
No, we're doing women live.
Okay. Boom. So,
all right. So before you even start, I want to play this clip.
Okay, because I was like, "Where you going? Want me to do with it? Let's go."
Yeah, I'm gonna play this clip. So the topic right now we're about to talk to is what is it? Women lie more? Is that what the topic was?
Do women lie more than men?
Oh, do women lie more than men? I mean, that's a
play the clip.
That's like a no-brainer though. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, all right, here we go. I'm playing the clip. Everybody, listen up. Oh, now it's on mute. All right, let me try. Let me start it over. I don't know why it automatically was on mute. I hate that. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, and it's still acting up. Hold on, give me a second.
I know I'm gonna get dragged for this. You know, women always already feel like
she wants to know. She lied to herself first.
I dealt with this girl one time. She cheated on her boyfriend with me. She lied so good, she made me think we ain't mess around. I messed with her after the club one night. I texted her the next morning, yeah, how that was last night. She texted me back, how was what and who is this? I was like, 404. I said, it's me, Wayne. She said, Wayne, who? I sent her a picture of me and her together. She texted me back, ooh, stranger danger. When a woman lies, she take that lie to the grave. Matter of fact, a woman to get to heaven and lie. Jesus will be like, I know you slept with James, my child. She be like, I swear to God on you, I ain't sleep with James. When a woman,
So the answer is yes. I mean, there's no like I said, this is a no-brainer topic. The answer is clearly yes. I had a joke about this years ago on how women will lie and have their friends help them out. Right? Men lie, yes. But women lie way more than men, and they are able to cover it up even quicker than men are. Men get caught up in their own words. You know what I'm saying? So the answer is yes. Women lie way more than men. Yes.
Yeah. So the answer is yes.
More. I'm not sure.
What?
Honestly, Sean, like, so I think that men and women lie just as much. To be honest with you, I think women are just more diligent in covering it up.
The same though.
Like you said,
Women lie more than men, but it is not acknowledged as much as men, right?
Right.
Men get ran through the dirt. Oh, this and that and the other. Women always talking about, I don't like a liar, I don't like a liar. But women, we lie. We, you know what I'm saying? You know, our license is a lie. Most of our weight is wrong on her. You said what?
We say they'll take it to the grave. And I do, because when a man meets a woman, a lot of what we see is deception. It is a lie, right? You see a woman and her face is painted, because you may see her on a Friday night and her face is painted with makeup, and she's in a place that she may not normally be, and her hair is not her normal hair color. So I can remember one time waking up next to a woman and going, who are you? Because
it was a totally different person.
I fell asleep with did not look like the woman that I woke up with.
It's crazy. And
by the time
here's
she
the
washed
thing.
her face and took her weave or her wig off, like it's not the same.
Hold that thought. We're gonna get back to that, because that wig thing is a part of my whole vibe too. I feel like women always spit the game. I don't like a liar. I don't like a liar. You're lying when you saying you don't like a liar. That's how much women lie. You're lying when you say, because everybody lies. Everybody lie. When people say, oh, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's like, oh, little white lie. There is no such thing. What is a big black lie and a little white lie? Get pure fuckery. Women lie, and women will take it to their graves. You know what I'm saying? But women come down on men harder than they come down on themselves. When they husbands or boyfriends say, hey, take it easy on the shopping, because, you know, we got stuff going on. Women will still shop and then hide the packages. Talk to the Amazon, UPS man, everything. I know women that do this and hide packages, right? Women will, you know what I'm saying? They be the ones that lie to the kids. They know that you wouldn't
justify it. Like,
yeah,
half the women I deal with, they'll tell me that we need to save money in order to do something and then spend it doing something else.
Indeed. And then you have to make it back up.
Why don't we have the money to do this? Like,
it's so funny.
To do something else.
I come down on my female energy all the time. I'm like, you know, you how are you punishing him for something that you do or whatever like that? Well, you know, and it's just like, it's always justified, or they justify it with tears, you know. And I'm like, come on, like we are a lot of women. I'm not. A lot of women are hard on men, and they all listen, oh, whatever, like that. Men are very simple because men are most logical and less emotional. They really can't tap into when they get busted in a lot of like you get some that might be good, especially if they were really raised by women and around a lot of women, had women friends. But women lie more than men, and they punish men for it. I've seen women lie to their men and then punish their men, like he said, and made him feel like he was the one that was wrong. Are you kidding me? Women lie more than men. And yeah, it's a lot. We'll take it to our grave. We'll, you know, do the thing or whatever like that. It's just like, it's just crazy. You know, it's like, it's a oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have so many, but I can't put a whole lot of stuff out because I don't want to get jumped after the show. However, but women do lie more than men. And then men are just, it's just like when you see everything, oh, you know, a man a lot, everything, men lie, TV shows, Tyler Perry, you know, plays, everything. It always make the men look worse than the women. And women don't think they're worse because they're not being, you know, overly, whatever, this and that and the other. You know, you see the videos, the Karens, everybody lie, falling down, acting like somebody beat them or hurt them or whatever like that. Women lie, you know, and I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it. But you know, it is a lot because different cultures of women, some are worse than others. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just say that. Like I see women just be on some straight BS fuckery and then get away with it, like by law, and it just be so messed up to me. But yeah, what y'all thoughts? Go ahead.
We already gave our thoughts.
Oh, that's it. That's all y'all gonna feedback on it because y'all know I'll drive into the energy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I know
women a lot more.
you'll keep going.
Okay,
But
so with the wig thing,
What?
the wig thing, women.
So, honestly, my opinion or my perspective on the weave thing probably comes from the fact that I wasn't raised around women that wore hair. Like my uncle, who was a predominant male figure to me, he made jokes about women wearing hair. You know, everything was horsehair or they were weavy. You know, like there were all kinds of stuff. He called them hair hat hooligans. Like it was just another facade or another way for women to deceive men. And at first, I was so ignorant to the thing, I thought it was predominantly Black women. And it took me a while to realize that it's all cultures. It's white women, Latinas too. Because I've looked at some white women with a great head of hair, and then I've had other people tell me, you know, that's a weave, right? And I'm like, no, I thought she just does her hair every day. And they're like, no, come on, Brian. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Like, it's a white woman with a weave.
Because you're not the first man that said that. Like, I grew up around women that didn't wear weave, but truthfully, you probably just didn't know that it was a weave because in some cultures, I mean, in some places, people either, and you know, especially if it's white women, like you couldn't tell, or if they had natural weave or whatever like that, and you couldn't tell. So
I remember growing up as a kid, and there was a Sinbad comedy special, and he gave an example of weaves. He's like, you can't be bald headed on Monday and have hair down to your butt on Wednesday. And that's how I started to really recognize. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Hair is 6 inches longer over the week.
My hair grew. My hair grew. Don't play with me. My hair grow real fast. That's how, you know, women will play it off like, no, my hair grows big.
And it gets healthy and dark and shiny in a matter of 2 days.
Indeed. The whole thing with the wig coming off, I was talking to somebody about this, and I'm like, women get comfortable, and sometimes you wonder why your guy look at you different. If you get too comfortable with in your relationship, when a person met you a certain way, and then now you don't got comfortable, you snatching the wig off, the braids, 6 months old, you smelling like gym socks and like a boy's locker room. Don't do it, Sean. Don't do it. You know, and the whole vibes or whatever like that. It definitely can be a turnoff. You know, some women wonder why, you know, men move different or if they change because you've changed. And I think a lot of women don't acknowledge that. And they go into the fact of, I do this, I do that, I do this. But I don't know why he started acting different. That's a lie. You know why? Because you got too comfortable and you stopped doing the things and taking care of yourself and moving in the way that you once moved before y'all got together.
I don't think it's necessarily that she's doing anything wrong. It's the fact that it wasn't disclosed. And I think that's where a lot of women catch guys off guard. It's, you didn't tell me that those aren't your eyelashes and that's not your hair and all that. Like, if I know that, I can process it. And that's where I think some women don't give guys a chance, because you come into the club or you come into a situation and you know that you're done up. You know what you did in order to get me to talk to you. The fact that you didn't disclose, well, this is what I really look like.
Yeah.
Like,
I had that energy happen to me.
Look at it as being lied to or faked out, because I looked at you. But then the
energy changes still. No matter what, the energy changes. I had that happen to me with my contacts. I was talking to a musician, and you know, I always wear my contacts, of course. And I happened to be at workout. I was working out, and he was like, you know, he wanted to see me. And he was like, and I'm like, I didn't put him in this day for whatever reason. I was at the lake, and I was like, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you could come walk with me, because, you know, at this time he wanted to go to breakfast. I'm like, well, that's my time. I go to the lake and I walk. And when he got there, he just kept staring at me. He was just like, hand on his head, and he's like, something different, whatever. And he like, yo, I mean, you got beautiful eyes. But it did something to him. Like, it literally changed the energy for him. He like, I mean, because I guess the thing he liked about him
with those bluish green eyes, and he got sucked in. I know those eyes that you wear.
Yeah, so he was very upset, like, you know. And I'm like, my eyes are still brown, but he thought those were my eyes, and his energy changed from it. And it was like, boom, the vibe wasn't the same again. Like, he literally was just like, yeah, I thought those were your eyes. And then just like his whole conversation was, I really thought those were your eyes. I thought those were your eyes. And then when the vibe changed, I knew instantly that that's what it was. And it was funny to me, but it was real, because he was in love with my eyes.
He found was an attraction point, right? Every man has attraction points with every woman. Yeah. So they're going to look at a situation and be like, this is what got me to recognize you. Not necessarily that anything you did wouldn't have gotten his attention, but that was his focus point. That's on him. It's not on any woman. And I think that's where some women struggle, is each man is different. So a woman does up every part that she can, because she doesn't know what is going to attract a particular man. It could be the hair, it could be how smooth her face is, it could be her eyes, it could be the shape of her face, it could be the figure and shape of her body. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, for most women, it's you were able to attract the conversation. It's getting the conversation initiated, and then hopefully there's something more meaningful after that.
You know, a lot of stuff don't, you know, it's not so meaningful now. Like a lot of people, it's just, you know, most stuff it's sexual with a lot of people lately. It seems like that. I'm not saying it's like that for everybody, but it just seems like people don't even talk on a phone. Like, you know, everybody, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother show. Anyway, boom. Bottom line is women lie more than men in every way, but sometimes without talking, physical, with talking in relationships, outside of relationships. And I feel like sometimes the energy need to be given back to the women that they give to the men, because men get it hard. And don't get me wrong, I am still for the bear. You know, in some cases, and it's not against men, it's against monsters. I would rather be in the woods with a bear against being in the woods with a monster that portrays as a man, but he is violent and horrible and sadistic when it comes to women. But other than that, like, you know, simple stuff, I really feel like, you know, women, it should be like men get it very hard when women are definitely the bigger life. Period.
No, absolutely. All right, what's our next topic up?
The next topic is, can you knowingly date a killer? Boom. What's going on? Come on, Sean. Somebody, Brian. What I do?
No, I can't. No,
I didn't hear the topic question.
Can you knowingly date a killer?
Can I knowingly date a killer?
Indeed.
I don't. So I would say honestly, it would depend on whether that person before they committed the act or not.
true.
If so, you're saying if you were with the person first and then they did it, and hello, because I'm like, what you doing? What's going on?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm listening. I agree with what he's saying. Like, so, like, if there was a person I met, right, and then she told me, you know, I did a bit for murder, I would have to find out what happened first off. But no, I couldn't just date a killer. No. Why? There's too many people out here for me to have to date a killer.
Well, like, you don't know the situation. Like, what if it was self-defense? Or what if somebody was hurting their family? Or what if it was a mistake? You know?
Yeah, but
like, you don't know the situation. Or
is,
what if I was young and you know what I'm saying? And I had to, you know, survive in life in a certain way.
so
I was a product of my own environment.
Like Brian said, I mean, it would have to be one of those, like, I knew you afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get all those answers. But again, like, it's too many people out there. Like, I don't be a lot of places anyway, so I don't see how I would run into a killer. So
Sorry about
Everybody's
that,
a
guys.
killer. To be honest, everybody is a killer. We're all killers. Like, we kill bugs, people kill animals, even if it's by a mistake. You never ran over an animal. You never hit a squirrel with your car, or a dog, or a cat, or anything.
So now you're doing one of those. So you changing up the whole thing.
We all have it in us. Like, everybody has it in you.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, we talking about a straight killer. Like,
Right.
you stepping on a bug, you hitting a damn animal. That is not like you did it.
It's still it's killed somebody.
That's not somebody. An animal is not somebody.
Being. Anyway, bottom line is, I feel like if you have killed any being, any living thing, you're a killer. Second of all, people have different reasons. People have different reasons why they might have done it. I mean, now, if it's a serial killer, that's something different. But some of us grew up in environment or in situations where we had to survive or defend ourselves or anything like that. So, or we are parents. You know what I'm saying? What if your parent was that type of person or whatever like that? It's like, so it's like, how do you pass judgment, you know, or whatever? I always ask this question and I always want to know because, and the whole vibe of everything, people be like, oh, I can't date a person do this. I can't date a person do that. Me, I'm very strict about a lot of things, but I honestly can say that I probably would knowingly date somebody because
Is that
of how I grew up.
Go ahead, Brian.
okay? I lost connection, but where I jumped in was the fact that there are differences between someone that's going to, for instance, kill a bug, right? Kill roaches, kill spiders, a mouse, even a possum, right? So when you say someone that's a killer, you're looking at animal versus person,
Being still.
right? Even I don't think I could date a person that was convicted after the fact that I met them. And I can only assume that a situation might be changed if it was someone that I knew previously, because I would have a better idea of their character and what drove them to that situation. But by no means does that justify the act that they committed. So again, showing love for someone would probably be different than committing love and an exclusive relationship. You're like, I'm not sure if I could do that, but I could definitely show love for someone that was put into a situation and committed murder in defense of themselves or their children or something like that.
Okay, so let's say,
I
okay,
agree.
let's use your girl for instance. Let's say she grew up, and I know this is totally not her, but let's say she grew up in a gang, right? She grew up in a lifestyle of gang banging, and you grew up in, you know, California, so I know you know about gang territory and everything like that.
Right.
Let's say she was young and she was in a gang and that was her family, and in that process she like, hey, I did a lot of stuff because, you know what I'm saying, that's how, you know, we lived and that's how I survived. So,
Right.
you know, I bust out 10 people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I done them down, you know, but I was 15 years old or whatever like that. I done down, you know, 15 people then, and whatever that's like in my past is who I was. But now she's a teacher, she's this person, she's a mother or whatever like that. Would you have rejected her knowing that at the time?
I can't say for sure without honestly. Like I want to say that I would, but there's a hesitation that if someone's done something once, who's to say they're not going to do it again, right?
Right.
So
Right. And then with the gang situation, like, okay, but you knew you was taking a life.
I'm not in a gang, so it's one of those things where the hypothetical that you put in place, I don't meet all of the criteria. But
right, but that was like she, you know, that was when she was 15. She in her 30s now.
Someone's face and in their life, I don't know how much I can really close my eyes around you. Like I can, again, it's like degrees of friendship, right? There are certain friends that I love to death, but they don't come to my house every weekend.
Right. No, real talk.
Like, I love you
And
to
that's
death.
real talk because in a situation like that
You don't come to my house.
explained, there's no way I can look past that. Like, that really wasn't your family. You considered them your family. Yes, I've been in a gang, but I didn't have to take anybody's life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
my
but
morals
everybody
was
was
too my
different. You know
morals
what I'm
was too
saying?
strong.
I have been in situations to where I've had to look at someone and I know what was in their past, and it was a similar situation. Like there was gang violence, and I looked at them and I'm like, I believe that after spending 15 to 20 years behind bars, you're not the same person. There's no way you are. But that doesn't mean I know what kind of person you are. I know that you regret what you did because I've talked to you for years. And the only time I've known you is behind bars. Like I have a friend of my brother Luis, my brother. He's not biologically my brother, but he's my business partner. I wouldn't be able to do Dubstar would not be without Luis. His cousin. So his primo, my primo. The only time I've known this man is since he's been behind bars. And I have done things for that man that I wouldn't do for anyone else that was behind bars. In order to help with his parole hearing. But we were in a situation to where he's convicted for murder. And there's no he's convicted for murder in California. So me saying that I'm going to help him, and the only way I can help him is if he leaves the state, they're not letting it happen.
Okay,
Right.
let's go to this. Let's say you start dating a person. So, okay, I have two things. If you start dating a person and y'all start dating, and then like this person, y'all fall in love and y'all in the vibes, right? It's hypothetically. But then they have something, they're like, I have something I want to share with you, but I don't know how it's gonna take it. And then y'all fall in love. I mean, you're drop dead, and then they tell you, would you be able to stay with that person? Like, would you flee? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how that would affect your relationship, or just in hypothetical concept?
I don't know how it would affect. I mean, because every relationship is different. Every emotional attachment is different. The spark between everyone is different. So I could say that if it were me and my current relationship, I would try and reason it out more. Right. But if it's someone where I don't know them as well, and then also the timing of when I found out that transgression, that help, that matters. If I find that out in the very beginning of the relationship or the very beginning of our friendship before we attempt to be in a relationship, that's different than I'm already committed to you and then you let me know this is your past. Because in one sense, I feel kind of obligated, kind of stuck, right?
I feel like, okay, so let me ask y'all this. Do you think it is good for somebody to let somebody know?
That goes back to the lying part. That goes back to the lying part. Yes, let me know. Like, what you mean? So my whole thing is, I mean, that's just with any relationship. You let people know and let them make their decision. Don't hold that from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't do that.
But it was in my past.
Now I see it's about timing. I see where you're getting, BBC, is it winds up being about timing. At what point do you let them know? Because you can't come out right out the gate with it. Like,
right.
You can't come out the gate with, I'm on parole for murder. hey, do you want to start a relationship? You want to go have coffee? Like that
Right.
doesn't
Well,
go
not
over so
even if you like. Let's say you never even got caught. Like, not about being on parole, nothing like, or whatever. Or you did get caught. Maybe you went to jail or DH or whatever. Like, but it's like, I'm this person now. This is who I am. But I want to express these things to somebody that I feel like I can have a relationship with.
I think it's possible. It's circumstance and timing.
Oh, okay.
Circumstance and timing, because it depends on how long if that person is still incarcerated or if that person is out on parole.
No, they're not incarcerated. Like, when people, if you marry somebody and you all that in jail, to me, I just think that's weird. But it's just, this conversation is, you're dating a person face to face, outside, whatever, without anything. They just, and like I said, everybody grew up in certain situations, certain environments. But yeah, I just wanted to, I would love for everybody, please feedback, please comment, drop in the comments if you would or if you would, and your reason why. Nothing about a person being in jail, but like literally a person that's out of jail, whatever, like that. You know what I'm saying? If your parents dated somebody that was a person that unalived people, if anything, I want to hear from you, Couches, and see what y'all think about this.
That's an interesting topic. My answer is still no, but it's a very interesting topic. I mean, like I said, there's too many people out here to have to put myself in that position where I have to date a killer. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to. And then my whole thing is, like, you talking about the timing. If we vibing, and this is something that is really important to me, because first off, if we vibing like that, and it's go on some years, you go meet my daughter. So like, I need to know that up front, because then when I find that out, I'm gonna be looking at you different, and then I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to kick rocks, period.
No matter the situation.
You got to go.
Oh, wow.
You got to go.
Oh, I'm here.
You got to go.
I got you.
That's just how I look at it. Because that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? There's no. So, like I said, I'm not the final judge and jury, but I do have a choice on who I choose to be with, on that kind of level, and my choice is gonna be no. I'm good.
I got you. Okay. I'm with it. Well, that was my topics, because like I said, everybody has grown up a certain way. We have people that we know, or situations and everything. And I just wanted to, some people are not honest about it. Like, you will hear some people like, I don't know. But, you see people in all kind of relationships doing all kind of things, being with abusers, anything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel
absolutely.
like sometimes, everybody has a past, and, everybody has done something that they're not proud of, or that they might regret, or that protected them at the time. And my thing, I wanted to have this topic for two reasons. But one is because people always talk about unconditional love, unconditional love, which I don't believe in. And I used to, because it was subjected in a certain way, but there's no such thing. And two, because on the same topic, because the other one is kind of on a personal level, but because I think that some people are not honest about it, and you never know, but such is life.
So I hate that you brung that up. And then
Me too, because I disagree.
How you gonna say? How you gonna say that there's no such thing as unconditional love?
Unconditional love is okay. Unconditional is I love you. I love you and you were a killer and I'm going to be with you. Unconditional. When people say unconditional, that means I will love you under any condition. Child
And that's how I love my
molester,
kids.
killer,
Hold on.
or whatever.
If your daughter happens to commit murder, are you gonna love her no matter what?
My daughter, yes.
That's unconditional love.
Right, but it depends. But I'm saying
No, it doesn't depend. No,
No, y'all about to say there's no
It
depend.
doesn't depend on nothing.
It does to me.
You
It does
can't
to me.
say that
I
you don't believe in unconditional
with your
love.
daughter, with
and
my
then-
daughter, I'm talking about for relationships. This is my thing.
No,
With your
no.
daughter, that's something different. I don't consider that's unconditional love. That's my daughter murdered somebody. But there are things that my daughter can do that I would literally walk away from my daughter. Murder is not one of them.
Hold on. You missing the point. You said there's no such thing as
I don't believe
unconditional love.
I don't believe in unconditional love.
I get
don't
that.
believe it.
Let me finish. You ain't say nothing about relationships. You said there's no such thing as unconditional love. If your daughter
because I
murdered
was talking
somebody,
about a relationship. But
you
even
didn't
for
say
my
that.
daughter, there's something my daughter can do that I would scratch her. Period. Like I can't say that. Like if my daughter molested a kid or something like that, I will fucking no. I would have no more dealings with her at all. In relationships is what I meant because we were talking about relationships. So that's why I brought up the unconditional love as far as relationships. But that's for anybody. For me, there are things that people can do in life, and I will never fuck with you, think about you, anything again. That's just me personally. I don't believe in it. And that's just is what it is. But even when it comes to my daughter, I don't care. If she killed somebody, I know it will be self-defense. But literally, if she did some sick, sadistic shit or she did something for somebody else, I will scratch her. And I'm a person I walk away from anybody at any time. And that's just how I am. Like I will disappear on your ass. But in relationships, definitely no. It's so much. Like I can't love somebody knowing that they have a wicked soul or period or live in a sadistic way or anything like that. So I don't believe in unconditional love. That's me. And that's just it.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
Just like I don't feel like you couldn't be with a murderer, but that's your own belief. But I'm just saying, everybody had their thing. Everybody has their thing.
I can't be with no murderer.
I hear you.
Animals don't count. Like,
I got you.
Bugs, ants, spiders, that shit don't count.
So if they knowingly just like to go out and like kill animals for a hunt, that doesn't count?
That's hunting.
But
That's
regardless
game.
of that, if that's what they do, you
But
will
you
be
do
with them
realize
still?
you do realize that's how people got food, right? They have to go kill
I'm asking a question. If
animals
they
to
were
eat.
hunters but they just went out and was like, oh, I kill animals, I kill lions, and we do all this or whatever like that, you will still be with them.
Ain't nobody killing no lions, and I'm not gonna be around no person that kill lions.
People kill lions all the time.
You ain't making no sense.
People kill lions all the time. I post it all the time about these people that go out and kill lions and hang their heads on the walls and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be in no relationship with them. Like you, like
that's what I'm
talking about?
you. That's what I'm asking.
You don't
kill
eat
all the time.
lions. You don't eat lions to survive. Is what I'm saying. Like when people go kill deer, give me some deer jerky because that shit good. What you talking about?
That's disgusting. Anybody that killed deer is disgusting. Because they are beautiful, amazing animals, and they don't deserve that. Anybody that hunt bear, animals, wolves, lions, anything like that, they are murderers, and it pisses me off. A man this morning, I woke up in such a good mood. I've been in such a good spirit. I go to one of my clients, and the ex-boyfriend want the woman, and he killed her. I see all these police when I pull up, so I don't want to pull up. He killed her fucking dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like so messed up to me. And then I guess he had her hostage in an apartment or whatever happened because I didn't get the story. It changed my whole in a matter of seconds. I'm in there, I'm DJing in the car, I'm just pumped, I'm everything. And like, because somebody don't want to be with you, you killed her fucking dog. Yeah, blood clot wicked boy. I was so upset. It was just like, it's just like certain things. Like, if you killed a person and, people do stuff when they're younger, a mistake or whatever like that. But if you purposely, this is your life, or whatever like that, it's sad. But like, when people kill animals, it makes me more sad than when people kill people, to be honest. Just being honest. It's just being honest. I'm sorry, I'm over here. But that's just really, I was so upset. So if you kill a lion or a wolf or something like that, or a deer, like, you're a monster. You're a monster to me. Because animals they're not bothering nobody. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They can't hold a gun. They can't defend themselves in a way that humans can. Like, so, that's monsters right there. Those are the people that shouldn't be dated.
Do you eat steak?
No.
You don't eat steak? You eat bacon?
No.
You've never had
pork.
bacon?
Well, yeah, Rasta cat eat pork.
You've never had bacon, ever?
When I was younger.
Okay, and you've never had steak?
That is first of all, is a difference
I'm asking,
between
hold on.
a farmer, people that do whatever. I don't care. Whoever eat meat, whoever do what they do what they do. But if you just out killing animals for no reason, you're not feeding the universe, you're not helping people in any kind of way, you are a monster. That's it to me. That's it. You are a monster. You just killing animals for no reason. What's the point? Who eating lion? Who eating wolves? Who? You know what I'm saying? And then you just kill a fucking dog. Anybody, even if you a dog fighter, if you a chicken fighter, I don't care. I would respect a farmer better than somebody that's a cockfighting just to make money and making animals kill each other. That's monstrous. Serial killers, monsters, all that is monstrous. But people have different reasons for everything. But I am very passionate when it comes to animals. I am. Anybody that knows me knows this. I feed animals all the time. I tried to make the deer come live in my backyard because the young dudes over here be shooting at them because they tore down this whole woods area over here. So now the animals don't have nowhere to live. So I feed them over the fence and in the back or whatever like that. And this one coyote that lived back here, she had puppies, and it's crazy because she got hit by a car. I am so passionate when it comes to that. But that's just me. I'm getting all, y'all know I get all uproared when y'all don't try to play me. Don't try to play me. It's just different. It's just different. Animals can't defend themselves.
Brian, give your social medias one more time for us, brother.
Sorry about that. You can find me at Brian Watson at Facebook. B Watson is my Facebook artist page. You can also find the studio at Dubstar. That's DUBBSTARR studio at gmail.com or Dubstar DUBBSTARR.com.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Great story. Love talking to you, man. When your album come out, man, I need to hear it, man. I need to hear the last song too. Both of the last.
I'll send you the links.
Yeah, man, definitely send me the links, man. So, and then you said you're doing the first one was straight instrumentals, so I definitely want to catch that. So, and the back in the day song as well, man. Send me the links when you get a chance, man. I'd definitely love to check those out.
All right.
Definitely. But thanks for coming on the show, man. We appreciate you, man. It's been a fun episode, interesting episode, especially towards the end. BBC, it's definitely touched. So
Touched by the best. Yo, Jaja always got hands on me. So I am so grateful to be who I am.
I love you, sis.
All of my uprisements.
I love you, sis.
You have no choice.
We definitely don't
Do
agree
you love
on a
me
lot of shit.
unconditionally? Y'all love me unconditionally?
No.
Yeah. Right.
You lost me when you said animals is more important than people. So
It is. I just feel like I'm saying it don't bother me as
Ooh.
much.
There you go.
I love
That's
animals
cool.
more than people. I do.
Okay. All right. So we are with the close. Come here real quick before you go. Hurry up. All right, hurry up. We about to do the close. Close, something you can ponder on until the next time you see us live on YouTube, Just Therapy, the podcast. Something you can ponder on.
I can't see the camera.
I can't see her.
Can you say it?
Ponder on. What did you do to my hair?
Get out of here.
It's
I'm
pretty.
like a Barbie.
Get out of here. All right, your close this week. Brian, you can break it down. We always do a close, something inspirational, and then we have us break it down. So you can break it down since you are our guest. The close this week is keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. I'm going to say that one more time. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. I'm going to go ahead and break that down in your words for us and we'll get up out of here.
All right, so for that, I would say the more that we look towards the sky, the more that we see things clear and you see a brighter future ahead. The things that are in your past, those shadows behind you, those things that cast doubt, cast any negative influence, anything that isn't going to help you move forward, that is always behind you. And as long as you look forward, you're not going to be focused on those things behind you because you can really only focus on one thing at a time. So if you're focusing behind you, you can't focus on the light that's shining above you.
I like it. I like it. That was dope. That was dope. All right. All right, Couchers, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, check out the next day on Spotify. We'll go ahead and send that link out when I get it up. But we are here in 2 weeks, so catch us in 2 weeks. We'll see what's going on then. But we will be here. So go ahead.
If no one has told you today, I love you, I believe in you, and I want you to win.
And you already know what I'm going to say is there's one thing you can never get back, and that is time. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us on the couch. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Brian, appreciate you, brother.
TB, I love you. I love you, Busham. Bye, little mama.
Love you, sis. In the back saying bye.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.